present School is Now in Session.
Welcome to Homeschooled Podcast.
Homeschooled.
The Homeschooled Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
It's time to document the journey.
Welcome back to Homeschooled Podcast. What's up, you guys? How are you? I missed you guys too. Last week I released my episode a little bit too late, so I thought I'd give you guys a break from my ass this week, so I didn't drop one Tuesday morning, aka late Monday night. So right now it's Tuesday night. You should be getting this late tonight or Wednesday morning, hopefully, if you're keeping up on the Homeschool Podcast on top of it. Hopefully you guys are that up to date with it. And I missed you guys. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I sure did. It wasn't long enough though, right, you guys? Although all of it kind of seems like one blended thing at this point. We have a guest calling in today. I'm excited to have him on. I love this dude. He's a great comic. He's a phenomenal actor. He is a bodybuilder. He's been on a couple times before. Les Jennings, and a.k.a. his comedy name is Eljaye, and he's going to be calling in in just a moment here. I love this dude. He's freaking like multiple first place wins in his category of, I don't know what you want to call it, fucking old guys who are bodybuilders. I don't know. But he's a phenomenal fucking workhorse, and he's going to call in here in just a second, and my co-host Kevin Lyons may or may not call in. He's running a little bit behind. We'll see if he can jump in, but I ain't got all day to be waiting around for these motherfuckers. You know what I'm talking about, guys? All right, let's get into it. First, before we begin, I would like everybody to please do me a big favor. I don't ask for much from you guys, right? I give you 2 podcasts a week, and are they fucking overwhelming? No, they're mediocre at best, okay? And they're free. So if you can do anything for me, just download my comedy album. That's it, you guys. That's all I ask of you. It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on Amazon. You can listen to my channel on Pandora, Augustino Zoida Radio, and you can listen to my stand-up plus all your favorite stand-up tracks on Pandora for free, and I get paid, okay? Please, if you're downloading my comedy album, leave me a 5-star review wherever you're downloading it from. Also, another big favor, you don't got to do both, but do one or the other, but both, it's great. Buy a t-shirt or something, a sticker. Support this podcast, guys. We're doing the best we can. I know times are tough for you guys as well. Anything helps, a $5 sticker. Get yourself a little placebo mask or whatever, I got it all. Head over to homeschooled.com. Check out these shirts, you guys. We currently have 3 designs. There's the ex-president's design, which should be right here on the screen right in front of you, and that's like one of my favorite. It's the first one. It's classic. It's dope. My co-host Kevin Lyons designed it, and he also designed our next one here, which is the document the journey one. That's one of my favorites too. And then we also have the cover of my album, which is on a couple t-shirts and stickers and stuff. You guys support the show. Here is Les Jennings. I'm gonna let him in right now. Letting him in. Let's give him a minute for his audio and camera to turn on. By the way, you guys, we were just talking about the t-shirts. Remember, you can get those at homeschooledpod.com. Click on merch, and that's where you can get the link for my comedy album as well. It looks like we got audio for Les. You here?
Yeah.
All right, we got audio. We just need video from you.
Okay.
Do you use Zoom much, LJ?
Not even almost. What's up, man?
You haven't done any of those online comedy experiences?
Yeah.
You did do one?
I did one comedy and one like Spectrum News thing. So.
Oh, you told me about the news thing. I think the last time we spoke, right?
And then the G as a comedy did one too. So I've done 3.
They're interesting, aren't they?
Yeah. What's up, buddy?
I'm good. What you got back there? Your piranha?
Right here. Yeah, I got some Oscars in there. So,
Oscars? What's an Oscar?
Yeah. They're basically legal piranhas, is what they are.
No way.
Yeah.
So if you stick your hand in there, they'll tear it apart?
Not mine, yours.
Oh yeah, don't bite the hand that feeds you type of deal.
Damn right they won't.
You still got your snakes over there?
No, but I have 2 lizards. I don't have any more snakes. All my snakes died.
Your snakes die?
Yeah.
Dude, well, obviously snakes die, but I mean, dude, okay, so I grew up with dogs. I'm a dog person. I know when your dog dies, they either die from old age or they get to be really bad where you got to put them down. What, what happens when your snake dies? You just walk in and you're like, ah, fucker's dead.
And it's not moving. You're like, fudge.
Don't they always not move?
Yeah.
How old was your snake?
They move even less, and that's when they're dead.
Okay. And what do you do with it?
Throw it away.
Like in the dumpster?
Yeah.
How long did you have that snake?
Now Peter's or ASPCA is gonna come after me now for just tossing snakes out there. You know?
I mean,
I've had at any given time I've had I don't know 10 snakes, 15. Yeah, I've had a lot of snakes.
So how long do they usually live?
Anywhere from anywhere from a year to they can live up to 10, 12 years.
But with you, it's a year?
Yeah.
Because you don't take care of them?
I don't know. Yeah.
Do you? I have no idea why we're going into this podcast hard with the reptile talk.
I know.
I don't know anybody with a snake, so do you feel like emotionally, like kind of, I don't know, when your snake died, you're not sad?
Not even almost.
It's like a fish, right?
Yeah, dude. And that's one thing my wife said when we got our dog. She said, you can't treat this dog like you do get reptiles because if the dog gets sick and dies, you have to take it to a vet. I just can't see, lizards cost.
Sorry, you still there?
Couple of $100. I'm like, I can just go buy a brand new lizard for $30. Call it a day. So.
You know what, man? There's like a vet on my street, a couple of blocks down, and I have to go home every day. I have to turn past it, and even late at night, like what time is it right now? It's 7:00 at night. Like right now, I'll drive by, and because of COVID, they can't have anybody like inside gathering, so they got everybody lining up with their pets outside, waiting their turn. And dude, even like this late, there's a long line of people taking their pets. And I mean, it's obviously that busy all the time, I guess. And just now we actually get to see how busy they are because they're out in the street. And I drive by, I just feel so bad. There are people out there with their dogs, and every day I drive by, I think to myself, one day that's gonna be me with my dog. I mean, he's getting older, and I just think to myself, I should get some pet insurance, Yeah. And I keep putting it off.
It's not always bad because we actually took a good friend of ours as a vet, and Bullet, my dog Bullet.
Yeah.
He lost like a nail, and his foot was swelling up and everything. So we had to, and our friends out by Magic Mountain, out in Santa Clarita, out that way by Magic Mountain. And we had to take him out there and sit outside until they took care of him late at night. So,
but he's all right.
He's fine now. Yeah, he's running around. He's great.
How old is
he?
But
so I Bullets. Well, we got him with the year we met, 2018. He'll be 3.
Oh, okay.
About 3 years old. Yeah.
My dog's 7, man. He's up there.
Yeah. How's he doing?
He's still like a puppy, dude. I mean, I can start to see slightly that he's getting older just because in the cold you can see like maybe his joints hurt him because he slows down a little bit, or he'll limp when he gets up for like a minute though. But we take good care of him, dude. We feed him healthy food and we walk him a lot, so he's gonna live a long time. But still, I mean, for pit bulls, technically he's only got like 2 more years.
Right. So that's why I was glad. That was one of my concerns when we were looking for a Bullet, because we were at the rescue places and stuff. So we lucked up and got him as a puppy. I always say right before he went into the system. So we lucked out with that, So we had a rescue puppy. So So hopefully, he'll be with us for a while. So.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, dude, a lot of love, healthy food, healthy diet, and walk, and the dogs will. Well, dogs will give you they're like good cars, They're like Toyotas. They'll give you 300,000 miles. How are you and your wife doing?
Oh, we're great, man. We're as well as can be expected during this whole thing.
Yeah, I know you just did some competitions. I saw the. You know what's funny? It didn't really hit me. I know that you were really training, and the last time you called in, we were talking about you getting ready for it. But it hit me yesterday when you sent me that picture, the side by side of you and Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Because
old?
no, that hit me when I met you. No, it hit me that you were a little fuller in the face in that picture.
Oh yeah.
And you're always in shape since I've known you, dude. Like I make fun of you that you're old, but you are way more in shape than I am, and most people are. And I mean, you probably could run circles around me doing just about anything. And I just tease you, but you were always in shape. But I really noticed the difference. I was like, oh shit, he was like fuller in the face. You're lean now, bro.
Yeah. Well, a couple of things. As luck would have it, if you say, or as things would have it, when I did that play, it was right after a competition and right after my wife and I were in New York, and we literally had French toast every day. We were in New York because we would just go to a bakery, get fresh bread, and just we had our French toast fest. So I put on some weight in New York. I was eating a lot of French toast. Some New York pizza.
I remember you guys both told me about when you were in New York. You went because you're like you're like vegan most of the time.
Yeah. And like I said, and then that was right after competition. I didn't care, and I knew I was going to be doing this play, and they wanted me to play older. Play this character. The character that I played, they wanted me to be older, black preacher type guy.
Yeah.
So, method. That was my excuse for eating like crap. I got to do it for this part.
Which play was that? Was that the play that I saw?
The one you saw. Yeah, the one you saw. Yeah, the one. Yeah, that was.
Gotcha.
That was that one. Yeah. So.
That ran for a long time, huh?
Yeah, that was fun. And like I said, I was just about to do some more stuff with that theater company. Then COVID hit. So.
Yeah, she moved it, didn't she? That little studio. She moved that studio. Or is it still there?
They got a great place, and Maddie actually has. I don't know if you know yet, because they had a theater downstairs. They didn't have a black box upstairs, and it was dedicated. It was Maddie's, and it was dedicated to her brother.
Right.
The one that
Yeah.
But
I had talked to her. I talked to her briefly after you introduced us on Instagram, because apparently they did a comedy night there. And she told me to come by and do a spot, which I did go by one night, but she wasn't there, and it wasn't her comedy night. It was like someone rented it out. They don't. Yeah. But they moved, so the spot's cooler now, huh?
Yeah, it's a beautiful space now.
But they can't do anything with it.
No. So, yeah.
There's a lot of online theater stuff right now. Like people are actually buying tickets.
I get a lot of stuff from the Center Theater Group, with the Admisons and must say Kirk Douglas, and Mark Taper, and all those. They send me stuff all the time. But
do you want to do that?
I want to go. When we're able to go back to the theater, because we're season ticket holders for, in theater, and I just can't wait for it to open back up.
I mean, absolutely. I would love to go to the theater again.
I don't want to watch it online.
No, but do you want to be in it?
I don't want to watch that online.
Do you want to be in it online?
Yes.
You do?
No. Not even online. No. I can't even do stand-up online.
Nobody can. Hold on, I'm losing you. Your internet's buffering. Hang on.
I did. It is. I'm sorry.
I think it might be yours. I'm on that 5G, bro, so.
Whatever, bro.
Dude, I got news for you. Nobody can do stand-up online.
Okay.
You may think that you're doing stand-up, but you're not doing stand-up. Dude, those are like glorified podcasts at best.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Yep.
I've seen a few, and I'm not mad at those comics because I've done one, And it's so uncomfortable and awkward, and some of the people don't want to turn their camera or their microphone on, so we can't hear you if you're laughing or not. So it's so uncomfortable that you naturally go conversational.
Right.
To just maybe the other comics in the chat,
Yeah.
Because it's hard to do. I did one, and I tried really, really hard to give them a performance. I pretended in my head, and and every now and then I would have to go like, "Hey guys, let me know if you're here."
Yeah.
I would tell them.
Yeah, I did it. Well, like I said, my joke for me, like when I did one because I'm in my studio, so I actually grabbed a microphone that wasn't connected or recording. Had a microphone in my hand, and I sat on a stool, but like I do on stage. So that helped me a little bit. And because, I'm not as big time famous comedian as you are, I'm used to performing without laughs and without people in audience, So Rancho Cucamonga prepared me for, but it's just like, well, you see me do, it's like, I need an audience.
Yeah.
Audience and
shit, it's buffering again, dude.
It's not even the laughter per se. It is, damn it. I got good signal here, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Maybe it is me, man. I got 5 bars too. It's the COVID people, bro. Whenever I start talking about that we don't want to support the new agendas, they kill my internet. Yeah. No, you will do online comedy shows. It is the future. Yeah, man.
But you can still hear me though, right?
It buffers. It pauses and
okay.
It sounds like you're underwater for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I'm with you, dude. I need people. You know what prepared me to do these online shows, which, by the way, I've only done 2. One of them because it was paid. Someone actually paid me to do a Zoom show. And those suckers. And and the other one was like the Laugh Lounge app, which was actually a really great experience. But what prepared me for those 2 things was, remember when I was doing the new joke premise in the camera? You did one with me?
Yeah.
Dude, I did those for a few weeks, and that really prepared me for just doing comedy into a camera with nobody in the room.
Right.
And it helped you with your timing, that's the real problem with not having people in the room, is basing your timing off something.
Right.
So if you can get your timing down to where the laugh should be and not let anybody know it's affecting you, but I don't want to do it.
Right. Neither do I, man.
There's nothing. You're a comic and a actor, and you've done theater, and there's nothing like the live performance.
No.
Performing and watching it, it's phenomenal.
Right.
I
can't wait. But this little break has it has my juices full. I can't wait to get back on stage now.
Me too.
So when I come back out, when I come back, when stuff opens back up, I'm gonna hit comedy hard.
Good. Well, if there's any comedy clubs left.
Yeah. We'll find. All right, it'll happen. I'm not even worried.
Other states are doing stand-up comedy right now. I was trying to line up some work for New Year's Eve. Something. Normally New Year's Eve we're working, and I got nothing this year, dude. So far, I got nothing.
Right.
Some people are taking private gigs. New Year's Eve. Someone's backyard. We're doing what we can, man.
Yeah.
But nothing beats the live performance, and I mean, it's like, what's a famous painting? Like a really famous painting,
Mona Lisa.
The Mona Lisa, right? Or even Starry Night Van Gogh. Okay.
Oh, right. Okay.
I don't know where it is, what museum it's in, but it's like, even though it's probably behind a glass or it's on a frame up on the wall and you can't touch it, it's kind of like nice to go see these famous paintings in a museum.
Right.
And what they're trying to do is send us like a picture that they found on Google Image and being like, you saw it.
Right.
Which is the Zoom comedy show.
Yeah. That's a good analogy.
It's like, I've always wanted to go to Europe, and be like, well, here's a picture of the Eiffel Tower.
Right.
The live performance, and by the way, so I talked to you, and this is why you sent me your Uncle Phil photo. I talked to you about my idea, which I've already said a couple times on this podcast about the table read podcast, and which I I'd like you to do at least one episode or more, hoping that it goes well. And I didn't tell you that the reason is that I want to get into acting myself.
Okay.
I think what you guys do is phenomenal. Stand up has always been my passion, but I have such a huge respect for actors on every level. Even if you're like a cameo in a silly slapstick comedy, or or even if you're on stage doing a dramatic scene, it's like every level there's some respect there of you're doing it, you're good at it, and I've always been a giant fan of movies and admired all the wonderful performances. And I just think as a challenge for myself, I would like to see, and especially because there's not really any stage time right now, maybe I'll take this time and I'll challenge myself, and I would just like to be somewhat good at it. I'm not looking to make money off it. I'm not looking to get famous off of it.
Right. Okay.
And I think that would, it would be, we'll do those table reads, and that'll be good practice, and that'll also be a good gauge for me to see if I'm progressing, almost like an open mic.
Okay.
To go and do a table read of a sitcom. To me, that's what I'm thinking in my head.
Right. Okay.
What do you think, dude?
Well, like I said, like I said, you're skipping a process, because I'm sure the table read comes after you get the part. So you're skipping right over getting the part. Go straight to the table read. I'm getting the part. Let's go straight to the table read.
What open mic? I'll go to Staples Center right now.
Table reads are fun. I think they'll be fun for a couple of reasons. For other reasons, just because if you're pulling scripts, of popular TV shows, there'll be some nostalgia. People say, "Oh, I remember that episode." You know what I mean? So you'll get that, and I think that'll be fun. One thing you personally will have to be careful of is, let's take something like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. When we read that, I'm reading Uncle Phil. The first thing that's coming to my mind is Uncle Phil. You know what I mean? So the person reading for Uncle Phil, the person reading for Will Smith, just have to be careful
to do an impression.
Do not do that impression.
Right.
Do not be.
Your instincts is gonna.
Right, and then either you're gonna try to be Will Smith or Carlton or whatever, how you want to read it. I just think for your show, I just think the actors need to bring something else to the table. Not something so abstract that you wouldn't recognize who it is.
Right.
Still have the timing, but don't get up there trying to do an impersonation of Alfonso.
I think you're 100% right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the only thing, especially because the more famous the show and the more recognizable the episode is, you might run into that.
Your instinct is gonna do it. You're gonna, and that's the challenge too.
Exactly. Yeah. So
it's like when everybody saw the new Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. It was like, expecting him to kind of do a Heath Ledger. It's like, no, he's bringing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And unless, of course, we call it karaoke table read.
Okay.
But yeah, it's basically
even then. How many people pulling up Mariah Carey sound like Mariah Carey?
Yeah, exactly. It's like when they go on American Idol, when they go and they sing a song and they might nail it, but it's like you didn't bring your own voice or version, you just copied. Right. Yeah. So. I think and that's the challenge, especially for me, an unexperienced actor. I'm probably going to do that a lot, and you're probably going to catch me and be like, "Bro, you're doing Will Smith."
But you know what may be good for you? It's a good exercise, because we've done this, and I don't know if you plan on taking acting classes or stuff like that, but one fun thing in acting class and you get asked to do this even at auditions and stuff. It's like you get your sides, you do it, you prepare. So okay, here's the character I'm going in, I'm gonna do it, and then every good acting class teacher will tell you have more than one way prepared. Because sometimes you'll go in there and say, okay, I like what you did there, but now I want you to do it this way. I want you to do it this. So I think it'll be fun on your show, on your show when you're doing the reads and stuff like that, to have, you take an episode of Fresh Prince,
Yeah.
one of the funny, because they had some serious episodes.
Yeah.
But you do a read of Fresh Prince, not meant to be a comedy, just very straight. This is how we're gonna do it. This is who we are. This is our relationship, and just get other things, and then just have fun with them. It made me think of when you said your karaoke. You say, "Hey, here's my interpretation of this show. Here's my interpretation of this character," and then just turn it into something completely different. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that'd be fun too. That'd be a lot of fun. 'Cause even someone who's seen the episode and loved an episode will hear the words. It's like hearing your favorite song, but that's not Whitney Houston.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But why do I know the words to this? Because I've done that on the radio. I'll hear songs that I know that someone else is singing. They changed it up, did it this up, and I find myself singing along, and I'm like, how the hell do I know this song? It's like, why do I know the words to the song? And I go, oh, God,
Yep.
this is...
You know what's funny? I think you're right, dude, because sometimes I find a cover song, and I like the cover more than the original song. Sometimes,
Yeah, it happens.
Sometimes somebody brings a completely different voice and tone and version or theme.
Yeah.
I honestly like when somebody takes a I don't know, like a ballad or like a slow or emotional song, whatever, and they make it into a rock song. I fucking love those versions.
Yeah. Right.
Or takes like a pop song and they actually turn. Some pop songs actually have good lyrics, and it's just unfortunate that it's like an auto-tune, motherfucker singing it.
Yeah.
And then they'll take, and then you'll actually have somebody take the lyrics and apply it to like some emotion.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think that is exactly what we have to be aware of. And that's what I'm in it for, dude, is to challenge myself. And I will constantly probably be catching myself doing an impression and then quickly stop. Like I do with stand-up.
Right.
You catch yourself thinking on stage and you quickly go like, stop, in your head.
Exactly.
I started taking like online basics for acting, which I'm just easing my way into it. And by the way, this is a good time. I have to read an ad in the middle of the podcast, so it's a good time to tell people about our sponsors, Masterclass. Which, by the way, that's where I've been doing the basics acting class, is on Masterclass, which I love because I can do it at my house and I can do it whenever I want. I have an extremely busy schedule with 2 podcasts a week, working full-time writing, and just I don't have a manager or an agent. When I try to get gigs, I literally do all the legwork myself, and it's hard to find the time, as I'm sure many people with kids and jobs, to start pursuing your dreams, So I love Masterclass. I take the classes on my own schedule, and there's so many courses, not only on acting. You can learn how to play the guitar. There's comedy. There's writing. Maybe you want to be a director. I mean, they have like almost everything on there. So check it out. Poetry writing, script writing. Guys, click the link in the description. Right now for the holidays, they have a special. If you buy a year, which is access to their website, and you have access to every single course on their website, if you buy a year, you can gift a year to someone else for free right now during the holidays. So click the link in the description. All right, we're back. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Thank you for shedding that education, because I think that's absolutely important, that people are going to do like an impression. Let me ask you this. This is another thing I want to ask you. Let's say we're doing different types of shows and stuff like that. Do you think people are going to get offended if I'm playing a black character?
Yep.
Would you be offended?
But hey, hell no.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, when you said that question, I was about to say no, because then I was going to say yes, because we're in the age of people want to be offended by, absolutely, because they have nothing else to be offended by.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That's true.
But
it probably won't even be black people that gets offended.
Nope. It'd be something, Because here's my problem. It's like the whole thing about acting. I've said this the whole thing when you have colorblind casting, and I've submitted myself when I've seen breakdowns that said, yeah, character such and such, white, blah blah blah. I said, hey, I'm sending my picture in. I can play like I'm from Boston.
Hilarious.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, because that's the whole thing. When you talk about acting, it's made up. It's make believe, unless it says based on a true story. These are true events. Unless it's someone's biography,
right.
Okay, then you know what I mean.
Yeah,
that's it. But if it's something written and it's fiction,
today I'm gonna reenact Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, exactly.
People might get a little upset.
Harriet Tubman, this is about Augustine. I'm like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but but I'll say that's, and like I said, that doesn't even bother me in an actual role. In a reading, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it matters it matters even less.
Yeah.
The fact, if you're playing, let's say the main character is a 12-year-old black girl, and you're reading as her dad, and that's perfectly freaking fine. So I mean, I like I said, the people who will get upset is because they have nothing else to get upset about. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't worry about it if I were you.
Something
Not
that,
even almost.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm more worried about is that, like, if I have too many white guys, like, for instance, on a Fresh Prince, if we do a Fresh Prince table read, mm-hmm. If I'm Carlton and then I get another white guy to play Will, and then, you know what I mean? It's like, because obviously I'm going to ask my comedian friends, which I guess I know more white guys than black guys, so I'm just worried that
why don't you address that first, all right? How about that? How about you get diverse friends? How about that? Why don't you address that before you try to get your new little podcast? How about that?
Well, no, I know you are, but yeah, it's not like.
But think of, remember did you hear the thing about like with Chappelle? I mean, not Chappelle. Seinfeld. Huh. With his comedian, they say he didn't have enough black comedians. Chappelle's like, I don't care. I'm getting my friends. Yeah. And if I only have two black, you know what I mean? It's like I'm talking to my friends or people I want to talk to. And that's the way you have to be, because it's and I would hate to say this, and if you need somebody to back you up, I got you. Okay. But my thing is just like, look, you tell them, say, look, if you want an all black table read of Fresh Prince, then get your own podcast.
Yeah, then go watch Fresh Prince.
Then go watch Fresh Prince. So. Man.
You know what's funny? I think the only black dude in Seinfeld was what's that comedian's name? Mario. I always forget his last name. I just did a show with him like a couple months ago. Mario Loiner. What's his name?
Mario Joyner?
Joyner. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm such an asshole. I don't remember. Yeah.
He owes me money.
Does he really?
So, every time his name comes up, anytime his name comes up, I say it hoping he hears it, hoping someone else hears. Mario Joyner owes me money.
How much money does he owe you?
I don't know, like $25.
Does he know this?
I don't even remember. Huh?
No, he's like in one of the seasons of Seinfeld for like a second. He plays.
I was just talking about. I wasn't talking about the show. I was talking about Comedian in Cars.
Oh.
Because he had Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, he didn't need to have me and
right. He had
so,
he had Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, he had big name people, but it was like there was a lot of comedians that said, "Well, he didn't have that many, but he just had a handful." And
well, he just has a lot of famous friends.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, just, so please. But I mean, but that's the same thing. It's just like he got that for he's like, look, I'm putting on my show who I want on my show.
Right. I see a lot, or excuse me, I hear a lot from people that do act and do go to many auditions. I always hear that the people casting, they also don't know what they're looking for a lot of the time. Nah, they're waiting until they see it, and then it'll go, oh, maybe that's what we're looking for. So maybe it does call for like a white dude from Boston, and then like, you're right, dude. You submitted your pictures to all that shit. You're like, I'm submitting everything. This is a girl from.
Oh yeah, when I first moved out here, I was auditioning for everything.
But I got
called in a lot. I got called in a
Yeah.
lot when I first moved. Oh my god!
You got to do everything, man. It might call for like a girl from New York with a New York accent, and then they may not even know. Well, actually, we need this big ass black dude. Actually, that might actually be a lot better.
So.
And that's what this table read is. This table read's going to be great because it's like a bunch of people you haven't seen before reenacting your favorite shows, and you're watching people grow as actors, and watching people make a fool of themselves doing what they aspire to do.
And then they'll bring so much more to it and have so much more fun with it, and it'll be a new experience for everyone. It'd be literally be a completely different show than the original.
I'm excited and I'm like nervous about it at the same time because you know me, dude. Anytime I start something, I do it wholeheartedly and commitment and on time. And if I start it, I'm gonna have to follow through.
Right.
And I just feel like it's gonna be like a full-time job of constantly. Hey, dude, do you want to, explaining it to people? Do you want to play, Archie Bunker and call it, every week?
I do know that about you, which is why I still have to start my podcast 8 years after I've asked you about it. You said you have to be on time, and when you say you're going to put it out, I said, I'm not doing the podcast. I say, wait, you commitment, please.
I'm thinking about like filming.
I waited till I was 50 to get married. That let you know how I felt about commitment.
Yeah, and you still got to show up. You got to come home every night, bro.
No. I think my wife started COVID. Keep me home.
That's hilarious, dude. Hilarious. Wives started COVID. That's such a funny premise. Yeah. And they say that men age much better than women. That's why they got that mask bullshit. They don't want people to see what we look like. Yeah. Honey, go outside, but wear this mask.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay 6 feet away from that bitch.
I know, right? He looks good from afar, but far from good.
I think that I'm gonna film a season of it before I release it, and then release them one a week. And then during
because I don't know how, like, just the logistics of it all, getting that many people together.
Yeah, and it's not always, I can't get people to commit, so it's always going to be different people playing different people, which I think is fun.
Right. That's great. That's the cool thing, but it's just the kind of thing of, Like I said, if I ever say I'm going to be with you, I try to be with you because I know how you are.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
But that's the thing. You're talking about something where, with an 8-person cast and trying to get 8 comedians/actors to commit to something, especially, how the last minute, especially in this town,
Yeah.
So I think that's a good idea of
pre-recording them.
Taping it. Yeah.
I can do it like in 1 week every day or in 2 weeks and then film it and then release them. Like when you go see a play, sometimes the matinee may have a different actor than right. I've been to plays before where I saw a play and I loved it so much that I went back and maybe took my friends. You got to see this play, and then you go and it's a different actor playing one of your favorite characters, and I was like, and then you develop favorites. You're like, I love when you got to call and be like, when's that guy? You got to get his schedule, and that it's gonna turn into that. It's gonna be like different people playing different characters. And you know what, dude? I'm not going to do the same show for a whole season. It's going to be like one episode will be this show, one episode will be that show.
I think that's the way to do it, man. Just, if I were you, it's like just to start off, just like some of your favorite, because it's your thing, like your favorite episode of Freshman, your favorite episode of Steiner, your favorite episode of, what's that show you like?
Everybody Loves Raymond.
That Madeline was on. What's the name of that show? Oh, Raymond. Yeah, everybody.
You bet your ass I'm gonna do Everybody Loves Raymond.
Damn right. But that's what I think is just to be your favorites, man, and then just have fun with it, man. But I'll say this. This is one thing. Like when you said that, because I did a lot of theater in Chicago where we didn't double cast. It was kind of like you're committed to this for the next 2 months. Well, we got a 2-month run and like a 2-month rehearsal type deal. It wasn't until I moved to LA when I experienced the double castings and stuff like that for that reason, and that's when I realized that there are times when people,
Yeah.
yeah, if you're here in LA, well, one, you have actors who actually get better roles and stuff like that, but some people just don't have the commitment here, and that was something I hadn't experienced in Chicago theater
Do you
before I
think
got here.
any of it was like LA people like we can't work our people that hard? Or
No,
no,
because
right?
when it first happened, and like I said, because there were some people that was in like some of the first theater that I did when I moved here that went on to do, to be semi decent actors in Hollywood. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I was like, oh, that's the girl that was in the play.
Mm,
Then you see her on a couple of episodes of NCIS and couple, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And then and a couple of guys that I work with, and that's just because it was literally they would come to rehearsal and it's like, look, I can't be here because I
Yeah.
just got cast in this,
Yeah.
so I'm going to be. And then the theater said, we're paying you $0. NBC's about to pay you. You like, you good luck. So we
So
out
they
here
had
for.
to,
So
yeah.
I understood it. I understood it here because, like I said, at first I thought it was a lazy thing, but then when I realized, even like the play that I was in when I was the Uncle Phil, like I shared that with another actor, but we were at every rehearsal together. You know what I mean? He'd be on
Oh.
stage doing his thing, and we're there. And then I realized more with this theater company, which is why I love the theater company I was with, and they're there the entire time, like both people, and like because like Maddie shared her role with someone, she was there, and there's a lot of helping with the role and how they do stuff. Because I looked at the other act and I was like, oh, that was nice what you did with the character right there. I'm stealing that, right? I'm doing that exactly. You know what I mean? And so it's fun in that sense. You know what I mean? If you share a role with
Yeah.
someone, especially and I'll say this, the guy Tony I shared the role, who's a much better actor than me. He was a much better actor. I have a much bigger presence on stage.
Uh-huh.
It's that kind of thing. My presence makes it seem like I act better than I actually can.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Yeah, I think that
You
there's
know
a
what
lot
I
of
mean? So,
stand-up comics like that. Like one guy
yeah,
might be funnier, but you might forget about him. Another person is just memorable, like they have a
yeah.
presence.
So
What do you think? Because like if you're the only one playing that character,
hmm
so that means that you're practicing every day. It's just
hmm
you, and you're running the
right.
same lines with the same people every day. And then when the
hmm
show starts, now every single night you're doing the same one. Does that help you get better at doing the performance or getting into character because you're so like clockwork as opposed to two people sharing one role, or is it make you kind of go into because sometimes when you do comedy and you say the same
hmm
jokes every night it
Right.
starts to so maybe it's helpful to split it because you're not like on auto tune basically.
hmm
I don't
Right.
know.
Well, here's what happens with theater. People will tell you when you do theater, even if you're the only one, no two shows are ever the same.
Mm.
Ever. Somebody will drop a line. You have to cover them. I remember in the play we just did where he stopped, I dropped my line. The actor looked at me. He's like, and we're looking at each other. He said, you have another line. It's my cue. He didn't say it. This is what he's looking at me. And I'm looking at him like, yeah, I got another line. I don't know it. So we got to keep this play going. You need to go ahead and keep talking because I'm not giving you your cue tonight. I
Yeah.
give it to you tomorrow.
So
But
you're just communicating
so
this with your eyes.
Oh yeah, He looked at me and said, "Oh, I see fear. I see fear of not knowing your next line." But but to answer to be more specific with that question, it's like me personally, my process right before a play. When I come to the theater, and the minute I get into wardrobe, I don't talk to anybody in the cast. I get in character.
Mm.
So I'm my character. I turn into my character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I come into my character. So now when they say, and I never understood when I was a young actor, when they say, you're not acting, you're reacting, you're being real, you're just being who you are. So even though you're not repetitively doing it all the time, every show and stuff like that, and you're sharing a role with someone, you still, it's like, okay, you've had all your rehearsal, you know all your lines, you know who your character is, you know your blocking, you know where you have to be. Now it's just trying to get into character and just be and just react. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not hard, by not doing it every day. It's just kind of like, okay, here it is. And like I said, one thing for me too was going to watch the play and see, there were things like, because like and it's another thing too, because when you're in a play like that, you really only do your scenes. You know what I mean? You don't even get to enjoy or see the whole play.
Yeah.
I always read the play. I read the play, so you read it. So sometimes I would go and watch it. Like I watch the entire play with the other actor in it, and I'll see the other scenes and the other actors. And even though you know how it is, it's like in my scene, I'm reacting to something that happened, even though physically I was never there.
Yeah.
But in the play I was. So, but now to see that actually happen, because I'm backstage somewhere when this is on stage happen. So now to see it happen, now when I'm back on stage as myself, I see that vision happening now in real time, if you will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Like I
gotcha.
said, if I'm doing a play and my son gets shot in some scene, in my scene, I'm just reacting to my son being shot. Someone told me, your son got shot, your son got killed in that play. Boom. Now, if I'm in the audience and I see the kid that plays my son gets shot, now the next time I'm on stage, I have that vision in my head. And it's much more powerful,
Yeah.
That scene is much more powerful for me as an actor. I can only speak for me, like I said, when I'm sharing a role.
Right.
And that's what happened to me in that play, So that's what I say. It's not a hard thing. It's just like, you show up and you go to work,
That's what's going to happen to me with the table read, because I know what these episodes look like.
Right, yeah. So, but hey,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. I mean, it's so interesting, dude. It's so that play was called Blues for Mr. Charlie.
Blues for Mr. Charlie. Blues for Mr.
Right.
Charlie. Yeah.
That was phenomenal, dude. Everybody in that play was a phenomenal actor, and it was so intense. It was such a good play.
Yeah, that took a lot out of me, man. There were fights behind the scenes. There were arguments. There were discussions. There were tears.
Really?
And that was just at rehearsal. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, you impressed me. You were phenomenal, dude. And I had never seen you act in anything. I know you're a good comic. I know you're a great guy. But when you see, I said, I was the first time ever watching you act. I don't know. What if he's not going to be good? It's a little small play on the corner.
Right.
So you go in there.
Right.
But once you start watching, because you're not the first person out.
Right.
Or you weren't.
Right.
Once you start watching the other actors and you're seeing the quality of the performance, it immediately gives you relief for your friend who's like,
right, okay.
He must be good if he's working with all these dudes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel so strongly about that with stand-up comedy shows, why the whole show has to be good.
Yes.
It's people don't expect a lot from the MC or the opener. But when you have showcase style, like the Haha used to do, or like the Comedy Store does, where it's like everybody just does 15.
Yeah.
It's so important for everybody to do a good job, because you lose faith in the show by the time the good comic gets up there, or the headliner, if you will. It's like, they're almost just like, what are we a part of here?
Yeah.
None of these people have any talent. But like, yeah, dude, that was such a great time. My wife and I talk about it all the time.
That's one of the things I was really starting to, when I started getting burned out in comedy, it was because I don't mind if a comic is bad, because we've all been there. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't mind if you have a bad night.
Yeah.
Or I don't mind if shit happens. But I start seeing more and more comics who didn't take stand-up comedy serious.
Mm-hmm.
That started to bother me.
It bothers me too.
That started to bother me. Because now it's like, because I always felt, you're taking stage time away from guys who really want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And just to so you can check it off some bucket list or some shit. You know what I mean? Or or hope you get discovered, even though I'm not really an actor, but my agent told me that if I do stand up, I get more commercial jobs.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And it was just,
or stand-up's not their main thing. Like, they actually do make a good living as an actor. Yeah.
Right, and then that was so, and it was just so, and then the more and more I would try to get stage time, that I would go watch shows, and like you said, because you can tell the people who were there to be comics, even if it was a less than stellar set or a great set, whatever. But then I'm sitting up there looking at like, this fucker's getting stage time, man. And this,
Yeah.
you know what I
You
mean?
know,
And and it wasn't, and then I wasn't mad at them per se. It was just the system,
mhm.
and I'm just burned out. I can't.
Totally, dude. And it's not even like it's not even because they were bad. Because, like you said, we've
Right,
all had
no.
bad nights. It's because
Yeah.
they're just not taking it seriously. Like, I
Right.
can't stand when I go to a place and I see someone on stage just half-assing, or if you're
Yeah.
gonna bomb, at least be trying. Like, give it your all.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yes.
Or they're
Yeah.
like, I can't stand when I hear people like, "What do you guys want to talk about?" That drives
Yeah.
me insane. It's
Oh.
like, dude, you going up there and you don't know what you want to talk about? Not only are
Yeah.
you wasting my time, the comic, I could be up there right now. I know what I want to talk
Yeah.
about, and I'll fucking
Right.
get right to it. And I'll give these people a nice show. But you're also wasting the time of the audience who paid for tickets. What do you guys want to talk about? Man, when I go to a play, I don't want to. What kind of play do you guys want to see tonight?
Yeah,
I want,
right.
I want to see. I don't go to a museum and they're just like, what are you guys into?
Yeah.
You guys want to see some sculptures or some paintings? It's just like, dude, I'm coming. You show me what you do. Show me
Yeah,
what you've
exactly.
prepared to. Is a good example. I kept throwing out examples and I couldn't find the right one. A chef. Show me what you do. Take me on your
Right,
journey.
right.
Like, don't come up and and just be like, well, what do you guys want to? Like, listen, I'm here, and you just take me on your roller coaster, bro. Like, go.
Take me there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I want to
So,
see. I want to experience what you have prepared for me.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, anyway, dude, congratulations on your 1,000 blue ribbons or whatever the fuck that you got in your
Oh yeah, my yeah.
your trophies and shit. Did you get some trophies?
Yeah. But they give out medals, man. I'm gonna go grab my medal. Hold up. Keep
Yeah, let me
talking.
see. Let me see your medal. Oh, your medals. Look at that shit, bro. Look at those things. That looks like Rocky's basement from Rocky 5. Remember when he Damn, dude. What do you got there? Like 20 of them? That was just from this last competition?
Nah, this is actually
That's from over the
2
years?
competitions.
Oh.
No.
Oh, that's from 2 competitions?
October, I won Mr. World.
Damn,
And
dude.
in November,
That sounds
I won
important.
Mr. Universe. Yeah,
Dude!
Mr. Universe. Yeah.
In
But
what
the
categories?
different
Like the
medals-
whole thing, or like in what category?
Right, yeah, because what happened is my age group, the 50-year-old cats, I
Okay.
killed them. And then and then the open for, any age group. So
Oh.
I won that too, And
Nice,
then
dude.
there's
So you're
like-
competing against like 20-year-olds?
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. So and when I shaved this gray off, man, it's on, baby. And so yeah, then the Miss Universe was the same thing. Was the Masters for my age group, and then also for the Open.
Wow.
The Open, the actual Mr. Universe. Yeah.
What are you now, 51?
2.
52?
52s.
Dude,
Yep.
I would not... Listen, I've been a comic who's had to follow a beast before. But
Uh-huh.
I do not want to be a 22-year-old who gets beat by a 52-year-old in a body competition.
Right.
Like, you might as well... That's... You're the what do you guys want to talk about of fucking bodybuilding. Well, congratulations, dude. That's fucking awesome.
Thanks a
Good
lot,
for
man.
you.
Thank you, man.
We're proud of you. I'm sure your wife is proud of you and your dog and
Yeah, my wife was there, my mom's was there, my little brother came out there.
Really?
People came out there. Yeah,
Where was it in Vegas?
it was in Vegas.
Nice, dude.
Mhm.
When's the next
And
one?
it was Vegas. Mhm.
When's the next
But
one?
next one, I'm gonna defend my title next year in October, the Universe. And then I have a couple. Then also it was another organization there that's a pro organization. So I'm gonna do my first pro events next year with the other organizations too.
And these are all in
I'm-
Vegas.
No. They're
Oh.
all across
Oh, shit.
The other company was in like Ohio. That's why I'm waiting to see how things play out before I start planning. But like next October is the Universe because they called me to because this would make me feel good. There were two events on the same day. One of them was the Universe, and one of them was this other organization's biggest pro show. So the AAU contacted me and was like, do you want to come and, defend your title next year? I'm like, yeah, but isn't it the same day as the pro competition
Oh,
for,
yeah.
money?
Right.
And they go, yeah, we're working on that. So they wanted to talk
shit.
to me to see if I want to do. So they actually changed the date of the Universe to give me the opportunity.
Oh, wow.
To defend. Yeah.
Nice, dude. You're going to go over there and smack him around, bro, and show him what's up.
That's my plan, man. So, I'm trying to,
Oh,
that's
look.
why I'm not putting on a lot of Uncle Phil weight. So
Look who's here. Hang on. My co-host who was running late is not, just when we're ending is now joining the group. We'll say hi to him for 2 seconds and then we'll get out of here. I can't even accept his invite for some reason. Hang on one second. There we go. Let me see where he's at. Bro, we were just ending. He'll turn his camera.
Hey.
Bro, we were just ending.
Oh, you're just ending. Well,
we're wrapping up.
Oh, okay.
Look at your reindeer behind you.
I know. Hold on. 'Cause I work with kids. I'm gonna leave it on because you are a big kid. What's up, LJ? How you doing, man?
What's up? How you doing, man? I'm
Good. Good to see you. Long time, man. Everything good?
I know, man.
What I missed was Augustino being mean to you or what?
A little.
Nah, he's been great, man.
We did talk about. I did call him old.
He calls me old all the time too.
Yeah, but LJ literally won a competition of all ages and beat 20-year-olds in the bodybuilding competition. It's fucking crazy, dude.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kevin, you got any questions?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Hold on.
I'm just kidding. No, I don't have any questions.
You don't?
I can come up with some.
Oh, well, I texted you to come up with one. I want to start a segment at the end of these podcasts that's called Kevin Has Random Questions for Our Guests.
Okay. All right, I got one for you then.
What's that?
Do you believe in aliens?
Oh, hell yeah.
That was good.
First of all, I was in the Air Force, and I was on, where was I? I was at an Air Force base, doing a bunch of DIs of comedy. And I was talking to an astronaut, and I got some inside information.
Really?
Well, no, you can't stop there.
We're going to leave it right there, huh? All right.
I'm leaving right there. I was like, man, because, I've always, I've always believed, in,
it's
aliens.
confirmed,
Plus,
dude.
I just won Mr. Universe, so that right there gives me more, insight to what's really
Did you compete against aliens? Is that what you did?
Well, what happened? A lot of them, because of COVID, they couldn't get their visas in time.
We'll leave you guys on that cliffhanger. Next time, Les, aka Eljaye Jennings, is in here. We got to get the Space Force insider scoop.
I do. Wait, is that something you'd be able to elaborate on later, or you never want to talk publicly about it?
I'll talk about anything.
All right. All right, dude. Thank you so much it was great to talk to you. Say hi to your wife.
Always, man.
It was
Thanks
awesome.
for having me, man.
No problem, dude. I'm gonna go
Great
get
to
some
see
dinner.
you, LJ.
You too, champ. You too.
All right, man. I'll see you soon. I'll give you a big heads up if we're gonna film those things. I'll give you a big heads.
Okay,
Probably not until January.
Yeah, cool. Because I'm gonna be out of town for a couple of weeks.
Happy holidays, bro.
All right, thanks. You too, man.
You guys take care.
All right.
All right.
All right. Later.
Later.
Peace.
What up, Kev?
Hey.
Hey, random questions by Kevin. I love it, dude.
I like that. That's pretty good. I came just in time.
Yeah,
to
you
ask
did.
My random question.
Yes, you did. Well, I'm gonna get out of here.
Okay.
Thanks for stopping by.
I tried to, man. I got held up at work, and I came back as soon as I could. And
Well, then.
I thought, hey, maybe I can jump on. And
You
see
know
if they're
what?
still on. Yeah.
You must be hungry.
I'm always hungry.
And so am I, so I'm going to go eat dinner. But yeah, dude, you actually made it just in time. I'm glad you popped in for a second.
Just to ask my stupid question.
Dude, every time. It's even better that you don't even know what we were talking about.
I know. Well, we're just real quick. What was the topic?
We were talking a lot about acting because, of the Table Read podcast that I want to start, which LJ wants to do an episode. He's going to play Uncle Phil when we do the Fresh Prince read. And, LJ was in a play. He's a phenomenal actor. We talked a lot about that stuff. It was great, man. It was a great episode. I love talking to him, dude. He's such a great guy.
I'd love to come up with even though it's a quick table read, I think it'd be fun to have some type of challenge during the table read, which would be fun. But I'll
shoot some ideas to me, dude, because I've been talking about this a lot. That people are already stealing my idea. I already seen comics already doing it, including people that I told my idea to.
Table reads is a typical thing. A lot of people do table reads. That's why I say do a fun challenge that nobody else really.
We'll make it different, dude. We'll do it.
Got it, bud.
We'll do it right. All right, bro. I'll see you later.
I'm gonna go deliver some presents with the big guy behind me.
All right, peace.
Later, man.
By the way, you guys, I just realized that the whole episode I'm wearing this jacket, which is kind of like a windbreaker. It's cold out here. So, if you heard this the whole time, I apologize. That's my jacket. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And I want to give a big thank you to my co-host, Kevin Lyons, who made it just in time at the end. And I want to give a big thank you to our guest, Les Jennings, a.k.a. Eljaye, the comic. And he's a phenomenal actor and just a great guy. Him and his wife are just great people. And really super proud of my friend, man, Mr. Universe. It's fucking great. See you guys. Doesn't matter how old, doesn't matter how young. It just matters how hard you are and how dedicated you are and how hard you work. And you guys, it's cliche, but you literally can do anything you put your mind to, and especially if you are just seeking out to become good at something. That's it. Just become good at something. No one said you got to be the fucking billionaire off of it or, be famous. Just fucking do something you like or passionate about. It doesn't even have to be your main source of income. Just fucking do something because it challenges yourself and it makes you happy. And that's it. As long as you love it. You guys, this is Homeschooled Podcast. I appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to click the link in the description for Masterclass. Their holiday special is limited. Buy a year, gift a year to somebody else. You know somebody, including yourself, that can use a class in something. It's time to make your move. This is it. And listen, guys, you already know that the year ain't going to do nothing for you, so it's time for you to do something with the year, all right? Put that shit on a fucking t-shirt. All right, you guys, continue to support us. Please subscribe. Guys, do me a big favor. I started YouTube late, so I'm trying to build the YouTube. Go to Augustino Zoida. That's my channel on YouTube. Subscribe. That's where all the video of these podcasts are going. And keep coming back to support you guys. Don't forget to click the link for Masterclass. Don't forget to pick up a t-shirt. Any way you can, support a sticker. Download my album. We appreciate it, guys. Everything's at homeschoolpod.com. And you can always count on us to be right here documenting the journey like we do here on Homeschooled Podcast. Don't forget that only love can save the world. I'm Augustino Zoida. I'll see you guys next time. Homeschooled Podcast.
Homeschool.
The Homeschool Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to do that at all.